Hey guys, so this is an explanation of our final exam. It's a home exam. It's an exam that you're going to do at home. No need to write your name here. Absolutely no need. Each and every one of you get a copy of this document with your name on it. So no need to write your name. You're going to submit your final exam to Google Classroom. And again, I will receive your name, right? So absolutely no need to write your name in this space. Everything else is more or less the same as a usual exam. Although this one is a home exam. But let's start with what you already know. This part is the self-evaluation part. And we have here 4 statements, 4 criteria. And what I want you guys to do is to give yourself a grade for each one of those. So for the first criteria, you're going to write number 1, and then you're going to give yourself a grade from 10, the best, to 1, the worst. First criteria is the disposition towards learning. How willing were you to learn? Did you come to class every day with the best attitudes towards learning? You try to maximize your learning opportunities. If this is you, give yourself a 10. If, on the contrary, you were passive, didn't take advantage of the learning opportunities, and had excuses instead of successes or attempts for success, you give yourself a 1. If you were somewhere in the middle, sometimes you did one, other times you did the other, somewhere between 2 to 9. For the second criteria, helping others, if you help others always, all times, you give yourself a 10. Never helped anyone, give yourself a 1, somewhere in between 2 to 9. Third criteria, respect for others. If you already respect everyone in every way, give yourself a 10. If 3 of your friends can say that you were repeatedly disrespectful towards them, give yourself a 1. And if you're somewhere between 2 to 9, you write your answers in this document. It is automatically saved, as you can see. No problem. You can work on it as many times as you like until the due date. Last criteria in the self-evaluation is self-respect. Not respect towards others, respect for yourself. If you looked at yourself as a valuable person, a capable person, a one that can solve its own problems, and this is exactly what you did, you give yourself a 10. If, on the other hand, you looked at yourself as an incapable person, someone that can help himself, invaluable, can't do anything, you give yourself a 1. If you're somewhere between 2 to 9. Okay? Good. So this is the part of the self-evaluation. I'm going to erase this. Let's move to the instructions of the exam. This exam, the purpose of this exam is to evaluate your knowledge and skills that we acquired during this bimester. What's different about this exam is that it's a home exam. You do it at home. Don't come to class, you lock you in the room and you write your exam in 2 or less hours. Take the time you need. You have until the 8th of September at 9 p.m. That's Thursday at 9 p.m. at night. You can do the exam whenever you want. You can open it, close it, do it as many times as you like, right? Do it at home at the time that you have. As a home exam, you are very welcome to use all sources of information available to you. You can talk to your friends, talk to your family, your favorite rabbi, your priest, your pastor, your neighbors, your secretary, whomever, the internet. Feel free to use all the sources of information available to you. But do not copy-paste. If you talk to your friend, you ask them, hey, what do you think about the first question, and so on, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Do not write the answer. Don't even write something close to the answer. Write your own question, your own answers. You can discuss the topic, discuss the questions, but make sure that your work is original. I'm going to use an application that looks for similarities. There is no way to fool this program. Absolutely no way. It is used in all the leading universities. Please don't test us, right? Make sure your work is original. And again, you're very welcome to discuss ideas, to ask questions about the questions, to talk about the topics, right? Don't copy answers. Again, please submit your answers, the home exam, to Google Classroom, only to Google Classroom, not to my mail, not to anywhere else, not on paper, to Google Classroom by the 8th of September. Because you have more than a week to do that, there are no excuses about internet failures or whatever. Just do it until the deadline. Every question will be graded according to a grading rubric. That means the criteria with which I evaluate your answers are already determined. I don't decide them after I see your answers. They are already decided and they are transparent to you. I give them to you right now. So let's go over the questions and then I'm going to show you for each question how I'm going to evaluate it. Please submit your answers to Google Classroom only, as answer in this document, not as a class comments. This document that you will submit to Google Classroom until the 6th of September at 9 p.m. No later than 9 p.m. at the 6th of September. I'm asking you guys only 2 questions. One is about the story, The Fable of the Goat. What I want you guys to do is this. This story, Fable of the Goat, the hierarchy of values in the Jewish culture is described. The way it is described is through the actions and decisions of the characters. These decisions are between values, and they choose, or the way they choose, shows which value is more important than others. I want you to please discuss, describe, and explain the most important choice in the story. The most important choice is the one through which it is easiest, or it's the clearest, which value is more important than all others. Please explain your opinion using quotes from the text. I'm going to grade your answer according to this. For each one of the questions, there is a rubric. This is the rubric for the first question. It is worth, a complete answer is worth 4 points. 1 point goes for the values. If the values demonstrated in the choice that you are explaining are undoubtedly, undisputedly the most important ones in the story, 100%. You get 1 point for that. If the values demonstrated in the choice that you are explaining are among the 5 most important, but can be argued that they are not the 2 most important, you'll get 75% of these 1 point. The values demonstrated are evident in the story, not the most important, you get half a point. This one is not for you, it does exist, but you need to focus on here, understanding what is the best answer, making sure that I won't confuse and give you this, because you will make sure that you explain very well that these are not among the 5 most important, but undisputedly the 2 most important, that you use quotes to do that. If you have 1 or 2 mistakes in English grammar, that's fine, you're still in the 100% zone in the mechanics category. No spelling mistakes, because you use the computer, there is a speller, it autocorrects your spelling mistakes. Just don't be lazy, get 100% of these 1 point. Some mistakes in grammar, between 3 to 7 gets you here. Mistakes in spelling gets you here. Plenty mistakes of spelling gets you to the 50% zone. Plenty mistakes in grammar gets you here. Again, not for you, it does exist. Hopefully none of you will get that. Let's get to the second part of the first question. I want you to please write a different ending to the story, an ending in which the most important choice you have mentioned, this one, was made differently. The character chose to take the other path, to choose the other value, to prefer the other value more than the one that he preferred. I'm going to grade the ending of the new ending of the story according to you in this way. The creativity counts, the originality of it. If it is creative but not original, you get in the 75% zone. If it is original, creative, focused, pleasurable, get 100%. If it's only focused but not creative, not very pleasurable, and not original, you're in the 50% zone, not for you. Not developed meaning it is like very, very short. I can't understand if it's original, creative, and so on, right? Another dimension in which I'm going to evaluate the ending of the story is that the different choice, the new choice is explained through the value chosen and the one not chosen, the one that was originally chosen but now not. If you're using detailed arguments, an explanation why now this person chooses this value and not the other one, perfect. If you explain why this person chooses the new value, but you don't explain why he does not choose the one he chose originally, you are in the 75% zone. If you show that he chooses the new value, but do not explain and there is no argument, you're in the 50% zone. No value is mentioned. You're in the no, not good zone. All right. Second question is about the story Tanuro Shel Achnai. According to this story, how the meaning of the law is being decided in the Jewish culture. This story is about how laws are being decided. It starts with a question about purity and impurity, but the entire story is about the right way to decide the meaning of a law and what is the wrong way. This is what it is. It shows what is the right way, what is the wrong way. I'm going to grade your answer like this. If the way of interpretation, the meaning of the law is being determined, is described accurately, using quotes from different parts in the story, and confronting the right way of interpretation with the wrong way, if you explain all this, the best. If you only explain the right way using quotes from different parts of the story, perfect. If you explain the right way, don't use quotes, you're in the 50% zone. Now, I also want you in the second question to please explain, in your opinion, why do societies and cultures have rules? Please consider the positive and negative effects of rules over society. Give plenty of examples. There are positive and negative effects of rules, right? So I want to know the reasons for the laws, in your opinion. Please don't forget to give at least 4 different examples, to give reasons, positives, and negative effects of the rules. It's going to be in the 100% zone. If you do the same but give between 1 to 3 different examples, you are here. No examples, the rules are very generally explained, the reasons for the rules are very generally explained, you are here. Mechanics again counts. Good luck.